So this is the Dull Edge, and we're just answering questions that we just want to talk about because we want to talk about them. No one asked us to. I'm Bobby,
I'm Shay.
and today we're talking about the coolest places that we've been and why. So you can go. I have a few. She has a few. So we'll
Yeah.
go back and forth.
Okay.
What's your first one?
So my first one is the Redwoods in California.
Oh,
Have you
frick.
been there?
No, but they look
Oh
so
my
cool.
word.
I like when you go running at the gym and they have
Mm-hmm.
like the where do you
The
want to run?
trails. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
can
I'm
run.
like,
Oh,
I
I
want to
love
run
it.
through here.
Every time.
Yeah,
Every time I pick the Redwoods.
yeah.
They're so majestic. Like, I wish I knew more words in English to describe them.
Yeah.
Like, and I know a lot of words, right? But like that, oh, it's just so glorious. Everything, like from the color that filters through the canopy
Oh,
to the
frig.
color of the bark and the dirt even.
Yeah.
But and that's just what you're seeing. But there's a smell that is nowhere else in the world that smells like the
What
redwoods.
are they like?
It's
Because I
like
imagine like pine, but it's not
it's
pine.
not
They're definitely
pine.
not pine.
It
But
kind of
like,
is like a cedary sort of smell, but
okay.
different, like
But yeah,
warmer
yeah.
somehow,
Hmm.
and like spicier.
Oh,
But then also too, because of the redwoods, the trees have created a whole like forest system. And
yeah.
so all of the plants and the moss and everything just contributes to it.
I
And the
love
air
moss.
has this beautiful like humidity, but it's not like gross humidity, right? Where
Yeah,
you're
yeah. Where
like
you're like, I feel
sweating and you're like, I
sticky and I
hate my
hate.
existence. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just this beautiful, light, sweet feeling of this
Frick.
humidity, and it smells so good. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's beautiful,
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
so quiet. Like it's one of the quietest places I've ever been. And there were like dumb tourists there.
Right.
But it's still somehow, I don't know what it is, the foliage or something. It deadens all of the noise around you. And like I have this whole thing where like I mean obviously I believe in God and stuff, right? I go to
Yeah.
church and stuff. So like I believe in like or I believe in sacred things, right?
Yeah.
Like worshipful things.
Sure.
But there's also something that is unrelated to the worship of God somehow, and it's like secularly sacred. And for me, the way that you feel in the redwoods, it feels like a cathedral, it feels like a church, it
Oh,
feels like a
frick.
temple, but not with a religion.
Right? Like there's like
It's
that buzz. Like I don't want to say
yeah,
buzz, but like that weird feeling where you're like, I'm here.
holiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something spiritual, something about the woods. It just touches your soul, and not in like a creepy way. It's not like, like Blair Witch or something. It's like lovely.
Yeah.
Oh my
Where
gosh,
you
it
just
was
feel
so
it like
beautiful.
peace, where you're like, this is
Totally.
nice.
Totally 100%.
Did they, because they're huge, are they like
Yeah, they're bigger
mind
than you
blowing
think.
huge? Yeah.
Yes.
Because like, I remember when I saw the Eiffel Tower, which is not on my list, but I saw the Eiffel Tower and I was like, oh, holy F. Like,
Is
I
it
know
that
it's
big,
huge. It's
really?
like you just look at you just one leg and you're like, oh my gosh.
Is it
Like,
that big,
it's
really?
huge.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
giant.
that's so
So
cool.
that's why I imagine those where you just see them and you always see pictures like the people are like little
Uh-huh.
ants and they're like huge and you can't put your arms around it like
Yeah,
by
yeah.
any means.
No, it's real
Um,
though. It's true. It's like
yeah.
that.
So like, did you hug them? Because I would
No,
have to
it,
try. Did they tell you
those.
not to do that?
Yeah, you're not supposed to touch
Oh,
anything.
you can't touch any
You're
of
not
them.
supposed to touch
Are they
them.
endangered
Yeah, they are.
trees? Oh, frick!
Yeah,
I don't
they're
think I knew that
endangered.
they were endangered.
Yeah. So like all those pictures are all staged and stuff, but no, they
Oh,
really are
what?
that big. They're huge. Like you can take like the trails that you take in to walk around them and stuff.
Hmm.
Like I mean, it's surprising how long it takes you to walk around one of the
So wait,
trees.
can they only grow there? Like, is it one of those
Yeah.
things where they're like, this environment is just so that you can grow? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't take them and grow somewhere else.
Well, they try because obviously, I mean, they're a national treasure for America
Yeah.
and stuff. They're super protected, and they try to grow them other places, but they never seem to have the same stability that they do right there in Northern
Weird.
California. And like, I mean, there's some that grow up in Oregon and even further down the coast, but something
Sure.
about that exact temperate zone right there in Northern California, the trees just
That's it.
grow to whatever, hundreds of feet tall and
Super
super wide,
thick and
and they're actually all like touching each other, like all the roots and
oh
stuff,
yeah.
so
Is
they all
are
kind of
they
like
one of
support
those
each other.
trees that are like I'm one tree? Like
No, no,
there's
no.
that, but they're separate
Yeah,
trees.
they're all separate trees, but they all support each other in like their little tree community. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's so beautiful. Like it's unbelievable. It's so worth going.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
incredible.
freak.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go.
Go in the spring. It's beautiful. Like right at the end of spring before it gets hot because it dries out. I mean, it's California. I mean, where
Yeah.
all the forest fires in America are all in California.
Eee,
But yeah, it's
true.
go in the spring because it is breathtaking.
Oh, freak.
Okay, you're up.
Okay. Um, the first one I'm gonna go with is Galway, Ireland, and
Ooh.
yeah, when I went on a month trip forever back, that was our first stop. And maybe it's just because I was like nervous and it ended up being the small town that was just so calming, but it
Mm-hmm.
was just so calming. And I love Ireland in general.
Yeah.
I love green. I love everything, like everything about it.
I
It just
love it.
is so chill and everybody's just like living the life. And
Is it really like that, like it is in the movies, where they're just like old people in hats and stuff, or is it like more modern?
it's it's I think Galway, at least where I was like mid.
Mm.
Like it wasn't everything was like old and everyone's wearing like the striped shirts and they've been
Right,
out
right, right.
and weathered people, but like it wasn't, the buildings weren't like new either. Like they were like kind of mid. I don't know. I
Okay,
liked
yeah.
it. It was so chill and it was just like I just remember, and I don't it. I think I like it so much because it was the first thing, and I was like, oh, this actually isn't scary. But and that's probably why I like it so much. But I
Yeah.
would definitely go back, and I don't know.
What
I
was the
just
food like? Did you like the food?
I only remember eating one thing, and it was on the way out,
Mm.
and it was like some sandwich with an egg on
Oh
it.
yeah,
Like
okay, so just
so it
food.
wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I at that time I was still scared. Like oh, we ate Subways once because I was so scared. I was like,
Oh
I'm not
no,
in the country.
you're ruining
I'm
the
so
mystique.
I know. Go to you just have to go there. It's the vibe. The vibe is
Mm-hmm.
so like happy chill where you're just like I'm bebopping down the road. Not like yours where
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
peaceful and you're like I'm at peace here. But like I don't know. I just the cobblestone roads are cool and like I don't know. All of Ireland's cool. Go to Ireland if you can.
Oh man, I would love to
The
do that
the
so much.
freaking like I said, I love grass. Like
Mm-hmm.
that makes it sound I grassy grass. The grass you lay on. That wasn't like a
No,
not
not
like
that
that.
kind of
Sorry, I
grass.
just yeah.
Yeah.
But like the cliffs were awesome. We went to the cliffs of Moher and like whatever. And I don't know. Go to all of Ireland. I'm gonna say Galway, but all of Ireland. Anyway, even if you go to just Dublin,
Did you
Dublin
see
is awesome.
castles while you were there?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
we saw mostly like ruins and like churches and stuff like that.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, go to abbeys there. Frick, you don't even
Oh.
have to go in the abbey, just go into the grounds.
Just go look at them.
Freaking yes,
Are
just
they
go.
big?
Yeah, they're huge.
Like compared to like an LDS temple, how big is it? Like same size, smaller?
Bigger,
Bigger?
bigger. It's
Holy
like huge.
cow!
Like, and we didn't even go into the one we went to because we went on a tour and we just went to the grounds and like just the gardens they have are so
No
neat. And
way.
like we went to like they had like a it wasn't like a mausoleum, but someone was dead in there. So like I
A
don't know what
crypt?
like I guess a crypt. I don't know. It was like a house.
Oh yeah, like a crypt, yeah.
Yeah. So it was
Okay.
like whatever, and then they just had this huge tree. It if you go, bring wet preparedness stuff.
Like ponchos and
Yeah, because
umbrellas.
I brought like a thing from Walmart and it was not. No, bring an
Not
umbrella,
ready.
something. Yeah. Anyways, that's
Oh
mine's not as
man.
like ooh
No,
as
that's
yours,
still. I
but
would love to go to Ireland. I probably will never get over there, but I would love to do
that'd be
it.
so
Oh
sad.
my
You should
gosh,
go.
I would love to do it. Okay, so this one is like it is a place, but it's more of an experience. I don't know if this counts or not, but so my sister was in the 23rd Army Band, which is the Utah Army Band, right?
Yeah.
And they're like amazing. They're
Yeah.
so good. And like my dad is or was, he's dead now, but like he loves music,
Yeah.
right? And so like music was a big part of our home.
What did she
And
play?
what did I play?
No, what did she play?
What did Amy play? She played, or sorry, that's my sister. She played the flute and the
Okay.
piccolo.
Oh,
So
frick.
yeah,
Cool.
she's actually quite talented. And she was in the army for 20 plus years, got a retirement, and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was cool. But they're amazing.
Yeah.
So they were playing at the Mormon Tabernacle on Temple Square. And for those of you that don't know, the acoustics in that building are they were designed so that if a person was standing at the pulpit, that anyone in the room could hear them if they were just speaking in their normal voice. So the way that the sound travels in the building is just it's ethereal. It's like heavenly.
It's amazing.
Right. So their opening piece for the night was Aaron Copland's Band for the Common Man, which if you haven't heard it is go listen to it. It's on YouTube. It's amazing. But it starts with this glorious gong crash.
Oh, frick.
And no one in the audience knew that there was a gong stationed on the upper level of the tabernacle, and humans aren't allowed to go up there anymore because like it's pioneers built and it's really old. Okay. So it's like
so
sketchy.
They just put a gong up there
with the human, yeah. So they got special permission. Sure. And this so like the building is cool. Go ahead.
Did everyone like pee their pants when they
No.
Okay,
so,
I was like, no. Startled.
It was amazing. Okay, and so like I have this whole thing with concert culture.
Mm-hmm.
I hate talkers in concert.
Oh yeah.
They drive me crazy. I was sitting behind one tonight at my son's concert, and I wanted to reach out and strangle them. They're the worst. Don't talk. If you're at a concert, shush. The people have prepared something for you. Enjoy it. Don't talk. Nobody needs to hear you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I hate that. I hate sneezers. I hate coughers. I'm like, oh, don't make noise.
That's not
like
even
just
their fault.
Well, go outside. Like shush.
So if they sneeze, you're like, You're dead to
I
me.
definitely notice it for anyways. But I'm like, oh, just quiet, like just hang on to it, whatever. But so the conductor comes out and like it's all super army and it's really formal and everybody stands up and then
Right.
commander blah, 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 all formal stuff and everybody sits back down all like straight backed and ready to go.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm in this. Whoa, it's gonna be exciting, whatever it is, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the commander turns around really abruptly, all military style, and he points to the back of the room and everybody loves, and
Yeah.
then that gong just,
Oh my
and it
gosh.
just goes around, and like it was one of these moments where you could like you could feel it, like
Yeah.
like I don't know, like in your lungs or something, like the compression of the room, you could
Is it
feel
like
it.
when you feel the bass, when people play the bass and you like
Yeah,
feel it in your chest?
yeah, I did that at a concert once. I went to a 311 concert and I was next to the speaker and I actually felt my heart skip a beat.
Oh,
That was
okay.
crazy. It was crazy. But no, so this gong goes off and then the Aaron Copland's piece
Yeah.
starts out with a fanfare because it's called Fanfare for the Common Man, but it's
Right.
all the brass
Yeah.
without the bass. So you're just like, French horns, trumpets, those guys,
Mhm.
trombones, and they just, da da da, and you just, and it filled that whole space and everybody was so quiet, nobody moved, like you couldn't breathe for like the 3.5 minutes that this piece was just going through the room and just like filling
Wow.
every space, every molecule of sound in this room. It was the most incredible concert experience I've ever had. And then when it ends, it has this beautiful just type thing at the end, right?
Yeah.
And he just left his arms up and nobody breathed.
Oh my
You couldn't,
gosh.
we were spellbound.
Yeah.
And then finally he puts his arm down and nobody clapped. It was so quiet. Nobody wanted to
Oh
ruin it.
my
No one wanted
gosh.
to ruin the
Yeah, just
feeling.
let it keep
And
going.
it wasn't until the sound was completely out of the building that people started clapping. And
Oh my
it went
gosh.
on and on and on. Like, I mean, it was like a finale, you would
Yeah.
think, for the way that people
Was it
were.
not? It was the
It went,
beginning.
no, it was the beginning. It was the opening of the
Oh my
concert.
gosh,
And it
frick.
just went, everything else after that, I wasn't
You're
even
like,
listening to
I
the
don't
rest of the
even
concert.
care.
I don't even
That
care.
was it.
It's like
Ugh.
literally the coolest musical experience I have ever had.
Oh
Mormon
my
Tabernacle
gosh.
Choir, or not choir, sorry, Mormon Tabernacle, the Tabernacle on Tepashwa, whatever they call it now.
Whatever it is. I don't
Yeah,
know.
whatever it is. The sound is
Something.
so cool. Anyway, there you
Oh my
go.
gosh.
That's mine.
Visit Salt Lake.
Visit Salt
That's what
Lake.
that was.
Go to the
Um,
Tabernacle.
my other one is for Bath, England, and there's so many things around there that we went on this tour
Did you do the Jane Austen tour?
and we didn't. I went to her house,
Did
and
you
we
really?
went to her house and we walked in, and for some reason I can't remember if they were like not giving tours at that time or something, but we
Oh.
walked in and there
Mm-hmm.
was like a little gift shop like right in there, and we were like, oh,
In
frick.
the house?
It was like right there. It was like a tiny like the entry room.
Oh, like the
what they had.
receiving desk where you pay and stuff.
No, like you walk into her house and there's like a room right off to the side,
Mm-hmm.
and there was literally like you could walk in and there was like a table, like a little tiny
Uh-huh.
table, and they had like I remember looking at like socks or something that you could buy, and they had a bunch of art,
Socks.
and then yeah, and then there was just another door and you could get out, and but there was
Mm.
like stairs immediately up, and we
Okay.
didn't go in, but then we went to the baths and we saw the baths and we drank the water, which was disgusting.
Is it really? What does it taste like? Like
Ick,
old pipes, like lead
yeah,
pipes?
yeah, like icky water that you're like, well, thank
It's
you.
supposed to be healing. Did you not feel
I
rejuvenated?
did not feel anything. But then my friend dropped her, they have like glass in some parts so you can like see, because you can't obviously walk into
Right, because
there
it's
in
like
some of them.
old Roman stuff,
Yeah.
right? You can't touch it.
And she dropped her camera lens lid thing and it dropped out, and she was like, well, that's a goner.
No.
So she just was gonna, she went over to tell someone and said, hey, I dropped it down there. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. And the guy was like, oh, I'll get it for you. And got over the railing and went down in there and like, here it is. And like got it. And we are like,
you can't do that.
what the frick?
How come you can do
Your
that?
shoes! Get off of the rocks! Like,
Oh,
holy frick. Anyways, we went on this whole thing. We saw Dr. Doolittle's house that was in the old show.
Okay,
Do you know?
yeah.
Like that. And there's like a dock that like, when you see it, it's like, not big. It's like in a pond, but they like say that it's like the ocean or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like the whole thing was just like this happy like place, and they had like this huge garden that we were like, oh, and you can like walk by the river. Yeah.
Were there lots of people dressed up in costume or no?
For what?
The Jane Austen stuff. There's always people dressed up in costume in Bath.
No.
No?
No.
Dang it.
There is a time that they have like a big festival, and I want to go over there for it.
Ooh.
And so I'm like, yeah.
That would be so cool. Did you go down that like
Oh,
colonnade thing that's like that curvy colonnade with the Roman pillar looking things? Did you go
yeah.
see that thing? You did?
Isn't that like, I think that's the park that I was talking about.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I would
And
love to
that
see that.
isn't, where the frick is Stonehenge at? Because I went and saw that. Is that over there too? Was that on the
It's
same thing?
I mean, there. I
It's
don't know
it's
how
been
far away.
it's
I
been
thought
like seven
Stonehenge was
years
like
since
in
I've
the
been.
middle of nowhere. I thought
It is,
Stonehenge
but
was just like next to the highway.
I think that's what our tour like took us at the end to. So I also saw
You saw
Stonehenge. Yeah,
Stonehenge?
it's all
Are
right
you
there.
kidding me?
Yeah, it's
Holy cow!
amazing. They're like, oh, see those lumps over there? Those are dead Vikings. So and
No way!
whatever it
No
is, the
way!
dead people. And I'm like, oh frick. They're like, but we don't
No!
know what these rocks are for. I'm like, nice. They have like these cool you like rent
No!
these they look like, I don't know, giant walkie talkies. Like if
Mm-hmm.
walkie talkies um and the old like brick phones,
Mm-hmm, yeah,
not like Nokia, but like one behind that, like the
like
bricks.
like the old MacGyver brick phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had a baby.
Uh-huh.
Like it was those, and you would like go to certain spots and you'd push number one and they would be like, okay, so now if you look over to your right, there's this stone and they think that it's this, and then you'd
Uh-huh.
turn to somewhere else and be like, that lump over there is a dead guy, something something, whatever.
No
It was awesome.
way! That's
So
amazing.
yeah,
That is so cool. I didn't know you'd been to Stonehenge.
yeah,
I
super cool. I
love
want to go
it.
back one day when the druids are doing their business, so I
Just to
can
go
like,
see it. Want to watch the
yeah,
druids?
see. I don't know what they do there because
Nothing.
I
They
don't
have a
know.
big old party. They turn on music and dance, and they think they're
Oh,
doing something. I don't know.
I'll watch that.
I
I
would.
don't want
I
to
would
go
watch
in.
it. I would
Yeah,
watch it too. Are you kidding me? I would love to do that. That'd be so
yeah,
cool. I can't believe you've seen Stonehenge.
I did.
I don't know which one I'm more excited for you for. That you saw Bath or Stonehenge. Both, I guess.
It's both. They went on the same tour for that.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
The
Anyway.
jealousy that's rising in my heart. Oh, I would love to do that so
Oh
much.
my
Is it
gosh.
really just like right off the highway? Like for realsies?
Stonehenge?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you had to. It was like a multiple hour tour, so like
Mm-hmm.
that's why we saw the Doctor Dolittle thing. Like we
Mm-hmm.
went through. Oh, we saw in Harry Potter and they go to that house, um,
The
and the house,
in
and he like goes inside and he's like, I'm dressed as a couch.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yep.
Slughorn's house.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
went
yeah.
to his house. And
That's
there's like
fantastic.
the lady was like bringing her groceries in, and you could, you can't go in. You just
Right.
like look at it, and you're like, "That's Harry Potter's house."
Oh my
Not
word.
his house.
Slughorns, yeah.
Yeah, and she had a bunch of topiaries that were like, "I'm a giraffe, and I'm a dragon, and I'm an elephant," like giant ones. And I was like,
Wow.
"Whoa,
That is so
you're neat."
cool.
So
Oh man, that'd be such a weird place to live where you're just like, you're living your life. You've got like your cell phone and your job, whatever. You can
yeah,
order pizza on the weekend, but then
mm-hmm,
you're like, oh, look, and here's Stonehenge.
yeah,
Like,
you're
it'd be so
there.
weird.
Yeah,
I don't know, like, because we don't have anything like that here in America. I mean, like, out here in the West, there's nothing, there's like no buildings before 1880, right?
yeah,
Like, it's just, that's it.
that's it. There's like the things out in the wilderness that are broken
Yeah,
houses that are nothing,
that are
but
nothing because they were all made out of like wood,
wood.
you know?
Yeah,
There's
the
like no real
Wild West
buildings. Yeah.
stuff.
And like, there's not like any really substantial buildings until like the early 1900s. So there's just
Mm.
nothing old here.
Nope.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
it is super weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to
Anyways,
see that so much. Okay. So
you
last
go.
one for
Yep,
me.
last
Okay.
one.
Let me just get my notes here because I have notes. Okay. Oh, this one is so, okay. This is what happened. Okay. So I served my mission in Wisconsin and I was there in the winter and I was in the city that's right on the coast, right on Lake Michigan. And like Lake Michigan is so big.
Okay.
Like like on your maps, your US maps, when you're looking at it, you're like, oh yeah, there's some water over there, but you don't understand. Like it really is like an ocean. It's like the Mediterranean Sea
Right. Like our Salt
inland.
Lake is like a little like meh, meh.
Blip, yeah, but
Yeah.
like Lake Michigan is massive.
Is it this one, or this one? The
It's the
top
upright
one,
one.
the up and down one.
Yeah, it's the uppy downy one.
Okay.
Okay, so right at the bottom of Wisconsin, about an hour north of Chicago, there's a city that's called Sheboygan, and
Yeah.
it's an Indian word. I don't remember what it means. Sorry, we're not supposed to say Indian. American first whatever
The
they're called
America
now. The
people that
American
were
people who
here
were here
first.
first. Okay, they in this city they actually have like surfing competitions in the summer. That's because
What
the
the
waves are high
frick?
enough. Yeah, but I was only ever there in the winter, and I was there for 2 winters. So my second winter I was there. Um, it was just barely starting to turn into spring, but
Mm.
the whole Sheboygan River up, about just a little bit inland from where it goes out into the Lake Michigan, it freezes over on the top. The water's still flowing underneath, but it's
Sure.
frozen maybe 8 or 9 inches
Okay, so
on the top.
walkable.
Yeah,
Like do
walkable. You
stuff
can
on
walk on it.
top.
Yeah, they go ice fishing
Okay.
on it and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's not like a massive river. It's like you could throw a rock across it,
Okay.
but it's kind of deep.
Okay.
So deeper than anything we have here in Utah at any rate. So it's a sizable river. But we were coming home one night right at sunset. So the river had sun on it all day. And as we crossed over the bridge on New Jersey Street, the ice broke, all of it.
All of it?
All of it.
Just all
It
at
was
once?
incredible. Like you could see it, and all of a sudden the whole ice sheet just went, just started breaking up like that. And I'm like, sister, you gotta pull over. So she pulled the car over. We ran back out onto the bridge, and we just stood over and watched as the ice just went, just crinkled up. You know,
Oh
like
my
when you take
gosh.
a sheet of aluminum foil and you crinkle it all up.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Just
Oh,
and you could see the water come up out of it, and then just started flowing out into the lake. Oh my
that'd
gosh,
be
it was
so
so beautiful,
crazy.
and you could hear it. The
I was gonna say the noise
noise,
must be like nuts.
it was amazing. It was the coolest noise because it had that gurgly water effect going on underneath
Yeah,
it and carrying it along, but
right?
just all that ice just
The
crashing
cra-
into each other. Oh, it was so
oh
good. And
my
the way that the
gosh.
sun was setting and the light catching it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
word. I would do that again so fast.
oh
I
my
would just
gosh.
watch all that ice
Yeah.
give in.
And you probably couldn't even like you didn't take a picture because it's
No,
not a time.
no. I mean, we didn't carry our cameras with us.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And like we didn't have cell phones then,
Right.
so
Yeah.
we didn't. Yeah, there's no way to take
Yeah,
a
there's no
picture
way
of
to
it.
take a picture.
It was just one of those moments where you're like, I'm literally probably one of maybe 5 people in
Yeah.
the world that is seeing this right now, and
Yeah.
it like I know it happens every year, but I'm the only one
Sure,
that's
but
seeing it
like
right now.
yeah, this is it. This is
Yeah,
you and your and the sister companion and
yeah.
that's it. The nature.
It was it was so cool. Oh man, it was so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was unreal. Anyway, so there you go. That's my last one.
That's oh my. I guess let us know if where you've been.
Yeah, I want to hear about all the cool places and all the cool things you've done.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. I want to know everything. Anyway, thanks for
Yeah.
listening.
Thank you.
We
So
love
I'm
you guys.
distracted by
You're
this car
amazing.
that's creeping me out.
He's not doing anything.
Okay, good.
All right, thanks, guys.
Anyways, thanks for for watching. Thanks for
Watching,
listening.
listening, whatever.
Whatever. Okay, bye.
Bye.